وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Welcome back, dear brothers and sisters. I welcome you all to Madina Book 3. Inshallah, we'll do our class 82 today. So in this class, what we'll be doing is we'll be doing the exercises from the lesson number 23. So if you have done your previous class, so you should be able to answer these simple questions here from the dars. Ajib anil asilatil atiyati. So here are the questions here. Maqtirahu Hamidin. So what is the suggestion of Hamid? So we know this ma, so we should be able to analyze the questions now. This ma is coming as a khabar and iqtirahun is your mubtada wa huwa mudaf and Hamidin is your mudaf ilayhi. So if we go back to the dars, so you know Hamid suggested that the class should be shifted to the second floor. So how do we say that? Tirahu Hamidin an yantaqila tullabu. So that the students should be transported or she should be moved in taqala ila al-fasli to the class. So which class? Alladhi fit tabiqi thani. So that is your answer. So going to the next question. Nahallahu ta'ala fil ayatil karimatil waridati fit darsi an thalathati umur mahiya. So Allah has forbade us in the ayah that was mentioned in the lesson three things. What are those? So we know here the first one is Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ijtanibu kathiran min az-zann. So zan is the first suspicion. Wala tajassasu. So do not spy on each other. And wala yaghtab, and do not do backbiting. So these are three things: suspicion, spying, and backbiting. Zan, ghiba, and tajassusu. Third question: Bimaza shabbaha Allah ta'ala al-ghiba. With what has shabbaha? Tashbih is to compare or to give similarity. So Allah Ta'ala has given similarity of ghiba to what? The answer is shabbaha Allah Ta'ala al-ghibata bi akli lahmil akhil mayyiti. So Allah has compared or has given a similitude of ghiba to eating the meat of a dead brother. So these are the questions from the dars. So inshallah we're going to move forward and do some more revision from the bab ifta'ala. Min ma'ni bab ifta'ala al-mutawa'atu. So I think we should be familiarized with this word mutawa'atu. We've been doing in form 2, form 5 and form 7 as well. So mutawa'atu is a verb in one form. When it's changed to another form, then it gives the meaning of passive, but it is not majhul. So a fa'il which has fa'il, fa'il and maf'ulun bihi is changed into another form. The maf'ulun bihi becomes the fa'il of the other form. That is mutawa'atu. Now rafa'atul sawta. So I raised voice. Rafa'a is to raise. So rafa'atul sawta. So I raised the voice. Fa irtafa'a. See? Fa is therefore irtafa'a. This is ifta'ala. That means the voice raised. So who raised is taken out. So the sawta becomes sawtu. You can say fartafa'a sawtu or just say fartafa'a. That means it was raised. Ta'amal al-mithal summa akmil naqis. So ponder over the example and complete the following. Rafa'atul sawta. See, rafa'atul sawta. So sawta is your maf'ulun bihi. Tu is your fa'il. So we have got to remove the fa'il and change the form. So it becomes irtafa'al sawtu. So the voice raised. So who raised? It is not mentioned. So it gives the meaning of a majhul, but it is not. So we won't call this a naib fa'il because this is a proper fa'il. So it is fa'il. So we know again like kasar al-kobu, like form 1, when you change to form 7, it gives the same meaning. In kasar al-kobu, the kob got broken. And again we have form 2 to form 5. So they say mutawa applies. So we say zawwajani abi. So you say my dad got me married. You say tazawwajtu. So I got married. So who got married? That is missing. So those are the types you need to remember from 1 to 7, 2 to 5, and also from 1 to 8 as well. So let's do some more examples inshallah. Mala'atul koba. So mala'a is to pour or to fill. So I fill the cup. So that is what it is. So mala'a is your fa'al, tu is your fa'il, and koba is your maf'ulun bihi. So when you change this form, the fa'il is deleted and the koba, that is maf'ulun bihi, becomes the fa'il. So we have to, if you bring it in form 8, so you have to say, so it is ifta'ala, so it will be imtala'a. So it will be imtala'a. And then al-kobu, koba will become al-kobu with the marfu. Imtala al-kobu. So the kob was filled. So I filled the cup got filled. Let's do some more examples quickly, inshallah. Jama'atu tullaba. So jama'a, to gather. Okay, so I gathered the students. So what happens? Then bring it into form 8. It will be ijtama'at tullabu. Perfect. That's how into ijtama'at tullabu. So the students gathered. So that's a sign of mutawat. So again, going forward, inshallah. Ta'amal al-amthilatil atiyati libab ifta'ala wa ayyin fiha al-madiya. So ponder upon the following examples from the bab ifta'ala. It's form 8. And then specify. Ayyin is specify in from it. So what is madi, wal mudariya, wal amra, wal mushtaqat al-mukhtalifa. And what are the different derivatives? So mushtaqatu is to derive, mukhtalifa is different. Let's have a look. Fit tanzil. So we're going to do a lot of Quranic ayahs, inshallah, and we're going to understand each of them, inshallah. Fit tanzil. Yawma naqulu li jahannama halim tala'ati. So we have done this before this ayah, but we are doing to analyze a different part of this ayah, inshallah. So we know yawma is your zarf. When you see with fatha, that means it is a zarf. So we know what comes after it. It is your mudaf ilayhi. So naqulu, that is jumlat al-fa'ila. The whole of jumlat al-fa'ila has a position of your mudaf ilayhi. So the day naqulu. So naqulu is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying in His Majesty that the day we will say. Say what? To whom? Li jahannama. To the hellfire. Halim talati. So here jahannama. So this, the li jahannama, this comes fi mahalli nasbin maf'ulun bihi, and halim talati is called maqula. So when you say something to someone, so this is called maqula, or the thing which is said. So yawma naqulu li jahannama halim talati, are you filled? So why there is kasra here, imtalati? Because jahannama is muannath. Jahannam is muannath. So that's why you have a anti, that is a ti, that is a pronoun representing anti. Are you full? Wa taqulu, and she will say. So why taqulu again? Because it is jahannama. Wa taqulu hal min mazid, do you have more? So what type of sentence is it? So we know hal, it is a harful istifham. So this hal, it does not have any grammatical value. So it is just a harful istifham. It doesn't have any mubtada khabar. So what is mubtada and khabar here? So here mazidun is your mubtada. So we know mubtada is marfu. So but it is majroor boy because of min zaida. This min is called min zaida. So what is the original sentence? Hal indaka mazidun, do you have more? But instead of indaka, it's replaced by min. So when min comes, then the following is a harf jar. It becomes ism majroor. So it is lafzan majroorun mahlan marfu'un. So by word it is majroor, but in position it is marfu. So hal min mazid, do you have more? So imtalati, that is our form 8, that is your madi. So that is your madi. Next example. Qala ta'ala. So Allah said in Quran, wa'mur ahlaka bis salati wastabir alayha. So we're going to analyze here. So we know waw is your ataf, and what is this word? This is a fail amr. It comes from amara ya'muru. So there is hamzatul wasl here, which has been completely omitted in pronunciation and even in writing. So as a student of Arabic, we should be knowing that there is an hamzatul wasl here. So our eyes can't see, but our mind knows it. So wa'mur. So Allah is saying, command whom? They say ahlaka, so your family. So Allah Ta'ala is telling to Musa alayhi salam, and it applies to us as well, that we should command our family. Command with what? Bis salati, with salah. So we used to tell them to establish salah. Wastabir alayha. So what is wastabir? So here it is a fail amr. So when you see majzoom, hamzatul wasl here, so it is amr. So what is the root word here? The root word is sabar, patience, and istabir has the same meaning, patience. So we know what it is tabara with ta, but we know when it is sa, do, to, zo, the ta is changed into to, so it becomes was tabir. So and be patient alayha. So it comes ala with harf jar ala. So ha refers to salah. So you be patient upon it. Astami'u. Astami'u ila tilawati al-Qur'an al-Karimi min al-iza'ati kulli sabahin. So astami'u. So what is astami'u? That is your form 8. So what is the root word? Sami'a, to hear. So here, saying I hear. Astami'u. Istama'a yastami'u. Again, it's the same meaning, to hear. Ila tilawatil, I listen to the recitation of Quran al-Karim, the noble Quran. Min al-izati, from the radio station. Kulla sabahin, every morning. We should be doing zikr after the Fajr Salah until the sun rises, and after the sun rises we need to do 2 rakah sunnah, and that has the same reward as doing the Hajj or Umrah. It is from a mentioned authentic hadith. يقول المذيع. So يقول قال يقول, he says, who says? Al-Muzi'u. What is Muzi'u? Means the radio presentator or the news reader, you can say. Ayyuhal mustami'un al-kiram. What is mustami'un? So it comes from istama'a yastami'u. So istami', mustami'. Mustami' is your ism fa'il from form 8, and mustami'un, it is your jama mudhakkar salim. Oh listeners, or you can say, oh beloved listeners, ilaykum nashrat al-akhbar. So ilaykum means to you, nashrat al-akhbar is the headlines. So ilaykum is also means khuz, take, or here for you. So you can say, so it has a meaning of take the news bulletins. Da'awtullaha fil multazam. So what do we see here? Multazam. So da'awtu, da'a yad'u is to call upon to. So I called upon, or I did dua to Allah. Fi, and what is multazam? Multazam, if you see, it is a fatha. So we know it is a ismu makan, or it will be ism maf'ul. Here it is ismu makan, the place. It is the place, it is referred to the place between the door of the Kaaba and the black stone. So that is the place called multazam. So I did dua to Allah in that area. Ibtasim. What is ibtasim? It comes from ibtasama, is to smile. So you're telling somebody, smile. Why are you having a frowning face? Why are you having sad face? Ibtasim, smile. La takun abisan. So we know abisan, it is a ism fa'il. It comes from abasa, means he frowned. So we have a surah in the Quran, it's abasa wa tawalla. He frowned and he turned away. Frowning, the one who frowns, ism fa'il is abisan. So he's telling, ibtasim, smile, and do not be, la takun abisan, do not be a frowny or grumpy man. That's your form 8. Ittasaltu. So ittasala. So we know it means to communicate or to call. So we know what is the root word here. It comes from wasala. So it will be ivtasala. So here the waw is changed into ta, and the ta remains, and that gives an idgham. So it becomes ittasal. Ittasala. So ittasaltu means I called bi abi. So ittasala bi is to called with. So I called with what? Hatifan. I called my dad with a mobile phone. Ittasaltu bi abi hatifiyan. So via mobile. Wa akhbartuhu. So I gave him news. Akhbara means to give someone some news. So I gave him news. News of what? Bimaw'idin. Bimaw'idin safari. So I gave him the news of the time of the travel. Maw'id means the appointed time, the time of the travel. So that is your form 8. Ittasaltu. Qala ta'ala wa man yattaqillaha yaj'al lahu makhraja. So very beautiful sentence here. So we need to understand here. So wow is your ataf. So man, what is this man here? So this is your ismu shart jazimun tajzimu fi'alaini. So here it is a condition. So whosoever. So we know we are looking for a fail which is majzoom. So what do we have here? We have yattaqi. So yattaqi, we know it comes from waqa, yaqi, and here the waw is changed into ta, so it becomes ittaqa. So which has ends with the alif maksura. Ittaqa, yattaqi is yattaqi, you originally, but you don't pronounce the dhamma. So you don't write and you don't pronounce dhamma. So it is yattaqi with ya. So when you make majzoom, it's majzoom in bihazafi harfi illa. So whosoever fears. Fears what? Allah. So whosoever fears Allah, who is conscious of Allah, who turns to Allah, yaj'al. So So why do we have this yaj'al? Because again that is a jawab shart. So this fa'al majzoom tells us that is your where the consequence is being mentioned. That is your condition, that is your consequence. So he will make what? Lahu, for him, makhraja, an escape route. That means when you are in difficulty, when you are stuck somewhere, and if you are truly conscious and truly turn to Allah and truly you are God fearing, Allah says, whatever be the situation, wherever you are stuck, Allah will make a way out of you. So we should have that much confidence in Allah that Allah is looking upon us. He is Rafiq, Ar-Rafiq. He is always there behind us, and He will make us a way out of escape, no matter what the situation. So if you look at the history from the Musa alayhi salam, when he came to the sea, so there's no escape route there, but he was having full faith in Allah. So Allah made him an escape route by parting the seas. So if you see, look from the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where they were Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, where they were stuck in the Ghar Thawr. So Allah gave them escape route. So had they been one step, they would have been found, but no. So Allah, in whatever situation, so you always be returning and be conscious of Allah. وَيَرْزُقْ. So wow is ataf yarzuq. Why it is majzoom? Because it is mawtufun ala yaj'al. So, and Allah will provide him provision. Yarzuqhu min haythu la yahtasib. Min haythu la yahtasib. From a place la yahtasibu, that he cannot imagine, he cannot assume. So he will provide him provision. So the condition is, what is the condition for your escape and for your provision is that you fear Allah. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. So yahtasibu, again that is your form 8. It comes from ihtasaba yahtasibu. يَتَّجِهُ الْمُسْلِمُونَ فِي صَلَوَاتِهِمْ إِلَى الْكَعْبَةِ الْمُشَرَّفَةِ. يَتَّجِهُ. So again wajha means to face, and ittajaha, again it is Iwtajaha is changed into ittajaha. Yattajihu means to direct. So yattajihu, who directs? The Muslims, all the Muslims in the world, they direct or they face towards in the salah, fi salawatihim, in the salah, where? Ilal Ka'batil Musharrafati. So to the honorable Kaaba. Musharrafa, sharrafa, yusharrifu is to be honored. So the thing which is honored, it is a ism of all, the thing which is honored. Ilal Ka'batil Musharrafati. So the verb of our interest is your ittajaha yattajihu, form 8. Qala sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Here the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said. So how do you read this? So if you want to break down, you will say waman idda'a ma laysa lahu falaysa minna. So but because of the hamzatul wasl and you're having sukoon here, how do we read it? Waman idda'a. So whosoever, what is this word here? Da'a, the root word is da'a, and it is changed into form 8. So it will be idda'a. So we know if it is dal, dal, and they, then the ta is changed into dal. So it will be idda'a will becomes idda'a. So you get idgham. So idda'a is to put a claim on something. So Prophet ﷺ is saying, so whosoever, again what type of sentence is this? What type of man is this? This is, again it is ismu shart jazimun tajzimu fi alayni. So it gives jazm to two fi'als. So what type of fa'al is this? This is fa'al madi. That's why you do not see a jazm form here. Because it's madi, so we say it is a fi mahalli jazmin. So you will be wondering why there is a alif maksura. This alif maksura is because it is a fa'al madi. It is not the mudariya, so where you have to drop. So whosoever claims ma laysa, what type of ma is this? This is your mal mausuliyatu, and it is your fi mahalli nasbin maf'ulun bihi, and because it is mal mausuliyah, it will have a silatul mausul. So laysa lahu, so that which does not belongs to him. So whosoever puts a claim on a thing which does not belong to him, what about him? Fa. So this fa tells us this is here waqiyatu li jawab shart, and what is the consequence? Falaysa minna. So why do we have fa here? Because remember the sequence, ismiyatun talabiyatun wa bi jamid. So jamid is your laysa, wa bima walan wa bi qad وبتنفيس سين and sofa. So if you have these things, the fa will come. So here because it's jamid, laisa is here, the fa is come. So falaysa minna, and he is not among us. That means he is not a Muslim. A Muslim will never go and claim something which does not belong to him as his. Rawahul Muslim. So it's mentioned in the Sahih Muslim. Beautiful advice. So idda, that is your form 8. Qala ta'ala fi suratil Furqan. Very beautiful ayah. Subhanallah. Let's analyze this inshallah. يوم يعض الظالم على يديه يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا يا ويلتى ليتني لم اتخذ فلانا خليلا. So this is again يوم, day of judgment. Allah is telling, is giving us a description, a very picturesque description what is going to happen. يوم يعض, adda يعض is to bite something. So who is going to bite? الظالم, the people who did zulm on themselves. And what is the biggest zulm? Allah says is the shirk. It is zulman azim. The biggest zulm a person can do is to do shirk and associate partners with Allah. So, and the one who does it is a zalim. So the day the zalim will bite what? Allah. So it comes to harf Allah. Yadehi, he will bite upon his hands, he will bite upon his fingers. And what he's going to say? Yaqulu, and he says, Ya laytani. So we know layta is used to give like a regretful cry. Only if I had I what? Ittakhaztu. Again, ittakhaza, that is your form 8, to take. So how do we get this word here? So we're just going to quickly see this word here. Ittakhaza. Ittakhaza, it comes from akhaza, is he took. So now if we change this into form 8, so it becomes ittakhaza. So like again the fails with starting with waw, so you change it into ta. So this hamzatul qata is also changed into ta. So it becomes ittakhaza. So again, because you have similar words, similar letters here, so it gets idgham. So then you get ittakhaza, to take. So this is meaning here. So here, so the zalim, and he will say, Ya laytani, and had I ittakhaztu, had I taken. So it can have one maf'ulun bihi or two maf'ulun bihi. So we're going to see. So ma'ar rasuli sabila. Had I taken, sabil is the straight path. Had I taken a straight path with the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they will regret and they will bite their hands, and they will say, Ya wailata. So again we have to understand this expression here. Ya wailata. What do you mean by Ya wailata? So to understand this, we need to understand another word, so which gives us a bit of comparison, inshallah. So we know Ya is a harfu nida. So we need to have a munada. So here it is wailun. Wailun is the word. So wailata, it comes from wailun. So the muannas form is wailatun. So we know when a harf nida comes, and when you have a combination of mudaf ilayhi, it becomes mansub. Like for example, Abdullahi. So if you want to put Ya, so it becomes Ya Abdullahi. Okay. And if it's a singular word and if it is tanween, then you drop one dhamma. So that is the ruling with Ya. So here, if we see Ya waila tun, so tun becomes Ya waila ta if it is becoming mudaf. So what is the mudaf ilayhi here? So we're going to understand here. So for that, we need to understand this expression. So we know Ya, when you bring rabbu, so rabbu becomes rabba, and because of ya mutakallim you get kasra, ya rabbi. So originally it is ya rabba plus ya mutakallim. So this ya rabbi, it has 4 forms which all means the same. So it means, oh my Lord. So it can be written as ya rabbi. It can also be written by ya rabbi, where the ya is completely dropped. It's kasra. So it's still the same meaning, oh my Lord. It could be written as Ya Rabba, where this Ya changed alif maksura because there is a fatha. We know it is mudaf ilayhi, you get it is mansub, or the Ya also can get a fatha, Ya Rabbaya. So these are the forms which all means the same. Rabba, Rabba, Rabbi, Rabbi. So 2 Rabbas and 2 Rabbis. So this is the form you can remember. So here when coming to Waila Ta, so Ya, it follows this pattern here. Ya Rabba, where you have ending with alif maksura, but it is also Ya mutakallim, which is changed into alif maksura. So that's why we have ya wailata. So it is wailata plus ya mutakallim. So coming to the ayah, ya wailata. So it comes from wailun. So here wailun means woe, which means like a regret, or it is a extreme unhappiness or sorrow. It's like, oh my, he's blaming himself. So what a misfortune, oh my misfortune, laitani, ya wailata, oh my misfortune, what a misfortune, had I, laitani means only if I had I what, lam attakhiz, had I not taken fulanan khalila, had I not taken fulan khalila, taken such a such person as my friend. So here we have two mafulun bihis. You can say fulanan and khalilan. So had I not taken such a such person as my close friend, and had I taken the a straight path of the Prophet ﷺ. يوم يعض الظالم على يديه يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا يا ويلتى ليتني لم اتخذ فلانا خليلا. So again, we're going to see this pattern here because it is coming with Hamzatul Wasl. So when you have a Hamzatul Istifham, so plus Ifta'ala becomes Afta'ala. So the Hamzatul Wasl is completely dropped even in writing. So when you have Afta'ala, so it means a question. Astafal banati alal banin. So this here Allah is telling that the mushrik, they used to say that Allah is, the angels are nothing but the daughters of Allah. So Allah is questioning that. So Allah says to the kuffar, Astafa. So again it is fa'al madi, has he chosen. So here fa'il mustati taqdiruhu huwa yadullu ala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Has he chosen al banat, the female, al banin, over the sons? Has he preferred daughters over the son? It is what you're thinking. This is what Allah is putting a question mark here. We're going to next segment here. فَإِذَا هُوَ قَرِيب. So we did in the dars that نَظُنُّ الْإِمْتِحَانَ بَعِيدٌ فَإِذَا هُوَ قَرِيب. What type of إِذَا is هذه? إِذَا الْفُجَائِيَّةُ. What is فُجَائِيَّةُ? It is a surprise, or it is unexpected something. Okay. وَتُفِيدُ, and it indicates وُقُوءَ أَمْرٍ. What is وُقُوءَ أَمْرٍ? Means وُقُوءَ means occurring. Occurring, that is your maf'ulun bihi, wa huwa mudaf, and amrin is your mudaf alayh. Occurring of a thing. Occurring of a thing. It indicates occurring of a thing. غَيْرَ مُتَوَقَّعٍ. What is غَيْرَ مُتَوَقَّعٍ? Means it is happening in a place, it is occurred where it should not have occurred. Mutawaqqa'in, it is your ism maf'ul, or it is here you can say ism makan here. So the thing which occurs in a place where it should not occur. Tadkhulu ala al-jumlat al-ismiyati, and it enters. What it enters here? This word idha. Idha, that's tadkhulu ala al-jumlat al-ismiyati, upon it enters in the jumlat al-ismiya. Wa yajuzul ibtida'u bin nakira ba'daha, and it is permissible to have a noun which is nakira after it. So let's gonna do some example and understand this. La ta'ti. So you got to remember this, and it does not come. That is what does not come. It is izal fujaiyatu fi awwalil kalam. So it is never used izal fujaiyatu at the beginning of a sentence. It always enters in the middle of a sentence. This is one of the characteristic features of this iza. So let's have a look. Ha'a means khuz. Ha'a amsilata li izal fujaiyatu. Take examples for iza of surprise. Dakhaltul fasla. So dakhaltu. So I entered. See, dakhala yadkhulu, we did in the previous lesson, if you remember, that it can have a direct maf'ulun bihi or indirect maf'ulun bihi. Al fasla, it is a physical space, so it is a direct maf'ulun bihi, so you don't need fi. So I entered the classroom. Fa'iza mudir, and surprisingly, and he was like unexpectedly, mudirul jamia, that is the dean of university, jalisun, he is sitting. So you are coming late and you see mudir and you get surprised. Dakhaltul ghurfata. See, again it is direct maf'ulun bihi. So I entered the room, so which is a physical space. Fa'iza hayyatun. So what do you see? You see a snake. Ala sarir, on the bed. Kharajtu minal bayt. Zahaba comes with ila and kharaja comes with min. So I left from house. What happens? Fa'iza sadiqun bil bab. So the moment I left my house, what did you see? Suddenly, fa'iza sadiqun. So sadiqun, see, that is an indefinite. You can have an indefinite noun. So I saw a friend Bilbab by the door. So which friend? It's not mentioned, it's indefinite. Zanantuka. See? Zanna yazunnu, to think. So I thought you mudarrisan. I thought you are a teacher. A teacher. Faiza anta talibun. So if some student, he's been sitting in the same class for many years, what happens? He becomes like a teacher, and somebody comes, the new one, he says, "Oh my God, you look like a teacher." So faiza anta, and here you go, you are talibun, anta talibun, you are a student. And in the Quran, وفي التنزيل في قصة موسى, and in the story of Musa alayhi salam, فألقى. So what is alqa? Means to throw. فألقى عصاه. He threw. Who threw? Here is فاعل مستتر تقديره هو يدل على موسى. So he threw what? عصاه. So his stick, that is مفعول به وهو مضاف مضاف إليه. فإذا هي, and suddenly it is ثعبان مبين. ثعبان, again it is a snake, and mubin is a clearly visible snake, and it is real life. So فألقى عصاه فإذا هي ثعبان مبين. ونزع is to take out. It's like akhraja, to take out something. Yadahu, and he took his hand out. What happened? فإذا هي بيضاء للناظرين, and it appears really white and glowing white. To whom? للناظرين, for the people who are looking. Nazara yanzuru, to look, and nadir, and from nadir you get nadiruna, and nadirina is because it is a majroor and it is jama mudhakkar salim. So this is from Surah Al-Araf. Again we're going to the next section. So azunnuha. So zanna yazunnu. So we mentioned it can have two mafulun bihis. So he thinks something as something. So let's see. Tansibu zanna mafulaini. So zanna, you can give nasab to those two words that originally it is a mubtada and khabar. So when you bring mubtada and khabar, both mubtada and khabar will get a nasab. So let's have a look at some examples. Al-imtihanu qaribun. Al-imtihanu qaribun. So if you bring azunnu, so what will happen? You will get nasab for both. Azunnul imtihana qariban. See? So I assume the exam is near. So that's the whole exercise. It's a very easy exercise here. Al-mudiru ya'ti ghadan. So again, see, so mubtada and khabar can be any of the five things. So if you remember, this can be mufrad, it can be jumlatul ismiya, jumlatul fa'liya, shibu jumla. So here it is jumlatul fa'liya. So the mudir is coming tomorrow. So if you want to bring zanna yazunnu, it will be azunnul mudira ya'ti ghadan. Here ya'ti ghadan is fi mahalli raf'in khabar. So here ya'ti ghadan is fi mahalli nasbin maf'ulun bihi. So these are the things which we need to understand when you read a sentence and make a sense out of it, inshallah. وفي التنزيل وما أظن الساعة قائمة. This is what the kuffar used to say, and they say that I never thought, I don't think, وما أظن, I do not think what? الساعة قائمة, that the hour will be established, the day of judgment will be established. So adkhil. So again, a very simple exercise. We're going to just quickly bring the types of zanna yazunnu and in the jumla following sentences, and to see how it changes the mubtada and khabar. Hamidun maridun. So we go to see, and we be very careful in the conjugation. Zanantu. So who is the file here? Tu, that is ana. So I thought Hamidan maridan. Al-ikhtibaru sahlun. The exam is easy. So atazunnu. So what atazunnu? This is harful istifham. So it is a question mark. So you have to change your tone. Do you think al-ikhtibara sahlan? Do you think the exam is easy? So somebody who is carefree, you can tell him at-ta'iratu mutaakhiratun. See, the flight is late. Azunnu. So I think at-ta'irata mutaakhiratan. That's a simple one. Anta maridun. So now we got to be careful here. So anta, it is your mubtada, it is marfu. So but now when we changed anta into the mansoob form, so you need to bring the mansoob form of pronoun. You got to remember that. Maf'ulun bihi, it gets attached to the verb. So you have to be careful. Anta maridun. So azunnu. So you can say azunnu ka. So ka represents anta. So that is your mansoob form. I think you are maridan. So we give maridan. Al mudarrisu yata'akhkhar al yawma. So the teacher is late today. He arrived late today, you can say. Zanantu. So I think al mudarrisa. So al mudarrisu becomes al mudarrisa. Zanantu. Zanantu al mudarrisa yata'akhkhar. So this jumlatul fi'liya again, it remains the same, but you can change the position of it. So it becomes fil mahli nasbin maf'ulun bihi. Zanantu al mudarrisa yata'akhkhar al yawma. Huwa muslimun. So huwa, again you have to change it into the attached form. So again it is a harful istifham, so it is a question mark. Atazunnina hu, and it is for the feminine. You're telling a lady, you say Atazunnina hu, do you think he what? Musliman. Do you think he is a Muslim? Hum rasibuna. Rasibuna means the people who have failed. So again we have to say nazunnu. So you say nazunnuhum. So hum remains the same. Nazunnuhum rasi. Rasibuna becomes rasibina. لأنه جمع مذكر سالم. نظنهم راسبين. زميلاك ناجحان. So very interesting here. We need to see. So what is this verb here? Zamilaka. So when you see this alif muthanna. What is the word here? Zamilani. It is marfu. Yes, it is marfu. Alamatu raf'ihi al alifu li'annahu muthanna. So we know when zamilani, it becomes mudaf, the noon is dropped and mudaf ilayhi is attached. So zamilaka, two of your colleagues, najihani, they are successful. Both of them are successful. So now you have to bring them in the mansoob form. So you can say zamilani. So change it to mansoob, it will be zamilaini, and then you drop the noon, so it will become zamilai and ka. Azunnu zamilaika najihaini. Najihaini. So assume, I think two of your friends are successful. Talibatu. So it is jama muannas salim. Mujtahidatun. The female student are hard workers. So azunnu. So what do we change it to mansoob? It will be azunnu talibati mujtahidatin. So kasra alamatu nasbihi al kasratu li'annahu jama muannas salim. Ana da'ifun. So if somebody trying to bully you, so you roll your sleeves and you say atazunnu, do you think? Atazunnu ni. Do you think I? See, ana means I, so ya mutakallim, but we have to bring no wiqaya. Atazunnu ni da'ifan. Do you think I am weak? I'm going to push you down. So here we're going to stop, inshallah. So a very big lessons, a lot of things to juggle our brains and go back into the concepts and learn things, inshallah. So this brings us to the end of our class 82. So inshallah in the next class we're going to learn more of zanna yazunnu, and we're going to do some more exercise and learn a few more concepts, inshallah. Until then, keep writing, keep practicing, keep watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.